Hey, this is James, the XD Man, and I'm here at Birmingham Pistol Wholesale in Birmingham, Alabama. I've got a joke for you. What would happen if you took an XDM and an XD and they had a baby? Well, I'm here to show you this is what would have occurred. This is the XD Subcompact Model 2. This is a brand new pistol from Springfield Armory, and you may or may not know that the basic XD design, this is the 15-year anniversary of it. And it's been almost 14 years since any major redesigns happened with this pistol platform. So this year on the 15th anniversary, Springfield Armory decided to release this Mod 2 that actually has some pretty cool features that we'll go over. The pistol uses the standard XD magazines that they've always used, so you don't have to go out and buy new magazines. The pistol seems to work in all of the classic XD holsters that I've used in, so you shouldn't have to buy any new holsters. The other cool thing is that right from the factory, Springfield Armory gives you a fiber optic front sight, the same one that's used in the XDS, in fact. For the back, because this is a subcompact pistol, some people complain that you actually lose some sight radius. So what they decided to do was take the XDM rear sight that goes all the way back to the back of the slide and add it on this smaller pistol, on the Mod 2. Then what they did was actually on the front finger guard right here of the trigger guard, they actually got rid of that little hump that was a carryover from the 80s. Back in the 80s, it was in vogue for you to take a shooting stance and a grip where you actually put your finger on the front of the trigger guard to help pull down the pistol in theory. Well, since then we've learned that you really don't have to do that, that you could take a solid pistol grip and not need to put your finger on the front of the trigger guard. So they eliminated that. The second thing that they did is on the back of the trigger guard, they actually contoured it so it goes up higher. So what that allows you to do is that when you grab the pistol, it allows you to get your hand up and tuck it up in under there for a better grip. The next thing that they did was actually have some more aggressive stippling on the front and back straps right here. And it actually does feel better than the classic XDs that we've grown accustomed to, the little bumps that are on there. But it's not so aggressive that it actually hurts your hand. So it actually, even with wet fingers, it feels really good in the hand and solid. The next thing that you'll notice on the front strap right here, they put just a slight little finger groove in there. You really can't even call it a finger groove. It's that slight. Unlike other brands of pistols where one of the main complaints is that your fingers don't fit on their finger grooves, basically what Springfield Armory decided was just to put a slight little hump, and even what they did to make the pistol seem better and to have a better grip was actually reduce this area right here. So if you compare it to the classic XD, this is the level of what it would have been before, and now it's cut in to basically get your fingers to wrap around that pistol even better. The next feature that they did on the frame was this little cutout that's right here. Basically, on the classic XD, that little area wasn't cut into the pistol like it is on both sides of this one. And so what that allows you to do is that it allows you to get your finger tucked up into there to actually be able to get your trigger finger on the trigger actually better. So it actually feels like it's a reduced radius in there, even though it really isn't. They just allowed your finger to be able to reach that trigger a little bit better. The next thing, if we move on to the slide, you'll notice that the back of the slide is kind of a trapezoid shape, kind of like the XD-M, but the front of the slide, all in this area, looks classic XD. And what that allowed you to do is for them to put an extra scallop back here, and what that does is that when you grip the pistol and you need to rack the slide, either way, it just gives you extra purchase right there to be able to rack that slide without your finger slipping in there. It's aggressive enough to make a difference. The first time you feel it, wow, why didn't I think of that? But it's not aggressive enough that it bites into your fingers and hurts your fingers. So even if you had trouble racking the older slides, with this new one, you'll be able to, it's got that extra grip that you'll be able to not have to worry about that. The next thing that they did, even though this kind of looks like an XD and XDM hybrid, it has the classic takedown. You will have to pull the trigger to break it down to field strip it, but they do incorporate what looks like XDM levers right here. Other than that, it uses the same magazines as your classic XDs. It has the same manual of arms as the classic XDs. It'll be very familiar, even though it doesn't look familiar. It should quickly become your new friend, and this pistol is sure to sell really well. This is James the XD Man here with the new XD Mod 2.